is on that list. The third tail, I don't know how to say it. Zivane Close. How about that? Sandwich Kid. Thank you, everybody, for all the support that you've given. Also, be sure to go check out the individual streamers. They, are here suffering for your entertainment, and they have done a great job. Seriously, we couldn't do it without the individual players. So let's reveal the next GM. It is Jeff. Jeff XVX. We always are pretty confident we're getting into a piece of something as soon as Jeff shows up. Let's see. Let's see if he decides that he wants to talk to me. Hello, Jeff. Maybe. Hello, Jeff. Hello, are you there? I see your name popping up, but you're being a little bit quiet, as in I don't hear you at all. It's alright. Technical difficulties, that's the name of Kusogr4nde. That's what it translates to, literally. Well, that's okay. I still have plenty of stuff that I can start getting ready as we wait for Jeff to show up. I do want you all to know, though, that this is the second game that we have today. We will be having 3 matches total. In addition, we have 2 matches tomorrow, and after that, I'm probably just going to stream my own little thing. Always good to have a little bit of fun, not just suffer the entire time. Well, maybe, you know what? I think I have figured out a way to get Jeff to talk. Oh, he messaged me and said he's having audio issues. Okay, never mind. There's not a way to solve that until Jeff has fixed it. But with that said, we have these 4 players who are going to be battling it out in some mystery game, but I can tell you, 1, it's a Jeff game, and 2, it's a DOS game. What DOS game could this potentially be? I'm not sure. I've never actually seen this game before. I have no idea what this is. Yeah, it's a DOS. And as far as I'm aware, it's also Polish. It's a Polish DOS game. Whoa, was that Jeff? Nope, I'm imagining things. Oh, hello? I barely hear you. Like, I hear memories of Jeff right now. That's what I'm getting. Still just vague memories. You know what? I'm gonna, as you work on the audio issues, let me go ahead and spoil the game so that everybody knows what it is. By the way, as far as I'm aware, this is not a yogurt video game. Music's too loud. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I just really like Katamari. There we go. It's down a little bit. Oh my gosh. Just for that, let me reveal the game. Here we go. We've got Karzeł. Karzeł? I don't know what this is. This is Karzeł. Jeff, I barely hear you. You're still super quiet.
How's that?
Oh, that's a lot better. Let me actually turn you down a little bit. Okay, so right now I'm just working on getting everything captured, Jeff. Good to see ya. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. As Royal Blue Wizard mentioned in chat, the game is pronounced Karzew. The L is, with a little line through it, is like a W.
Okay, Karzeł.
And Karzew in Polish means dwarf.
It means dwarf?
Indeed.
Ooh.
So we're going to see a dwarf. And we're going to see rainbows.
Well,
It's going to be
that's
a
pretty
cheerful
cool.
game.
I like both dwarfs and rainbows.
And you're going to find a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow.
Oh, joy. Okay, so dwarfs, rainbows, pots of gold. That's all I know about this game so far.
It has real cheery music as well. And big colorful sprites.
Yeah, I see some of these sprites. They look kind of... I don't know. I don't even know how to describe this, Jeff.
Well, we'll let chat decide for themselves when they see it.
And what is your name as the dwarf?
You do have a name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Hold on.
Okay. Oh boy, this is pretty hideous. Just so everybody knows, by the way, though, we have these four people going up against each other: Karzeł, Lightyear, Time Stalker, and Hellthing. They are going to be duking it out, trying to make as much progress as they can in 1 hour. And I'm not even sure what genre of game this is, but it is video game genre.
Sorry, I can't find the name, but I believe that the dwarf does have a name.
Like, I'm seeing this word, it looks like Punk Tea.
Yeah, that's it. Where are you saying it?
At the top of the individual player screens.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not delusional. His name is Punk Tea.
Oh, no, that's points? Okay.
Oh, that's points? I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Okay, well, maybe there is not a name, but we'll make up a name. What do you want to call him? You have 7 choices.
I have 7 choices? Ooh.
Yeah, you have. There are only 7 dwarf names, so you got to pick one.
Dopey.
Dopey! Perfect.
Good. Oh, by the way, who's doing audio for us today? If you would like to reveal that.
That's going to be Jakazam.
Aha. Jakazam. Sweet. Thank you, Jeff.
And yes, Macaw has played this, and that was my only concern in giving this out, is that Macaw beat me to this by a month.
Oh yeah, you sounded really upset about that, Jeff.
I mean, I can't really compete with somebody that does this stuff full time, but I thought I had found something. I was like, there's no way anybody else is going to find it, you know. Because I was busy doing Taiwanese DOS games and whatever, but no, he found it.
Okay, I think...
Right, Mike? Like, I'm the only person that should be allowed to know these games.
Yeah, what's up with that, Jeff? No, it's okay. Did you find this because of Macaw, or did you find it a different way?
No, I found it a different way. It was on a site that I frequent. It's a Russian website for old games. And for whatever reason, they had a quite a few Polish ones on there. And then I looked at the publisher and developer of it, and I found all the other great games they made, and this is one of them.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad that they made a lot of games that are inspirational, that everybody loves. That's exactly what I like to hear. And you know what? I love it even though we haven't seen any of this so far. Because look at this beauty.
Oh, it's good.
Oh my gosh. I'm slacking. Ignore what's happening on screen. We just need to get rolling as soon as possible. Oh no. It looks like Jakazam is saying some interesting thing. If you lost lives testing stuff out, you might not have lives left.
Oh, that's weird.
Strange. How many lives do they start with?
I think it's either 19 or 20.
A handful. Okay.
Yeah, they give you a lot. If there's an issue, one of those options is restart the game. I think the last one is supposed to restart it.
Okay. It looks like Healthing is just hopping back in, and then we will be able to start. Car zoo. It's a whole zoo for cars. I like it. I want to go to the car zoo.
So what you're seeing on this intro screen here, this very ominous looking wizard comes in and is apparently casting some sort of a evil spell, and the book opens up.
Oh no!
And what it says in the book is, legend has it that it... I'm doing this through Google Translate, but essentially the story is that there's something out there that people are going to try and get to make them rich.
Oh, Jeff,
And,
I hate to interrupt you, but we are going to be doing the countdown now. Everybody in chat, get ready to spam some emotes. If you have dwarves, those are cool. If you have cars or zoos, I suppose any zoo animal works as well. Or magic spells, since I think that's what we have showing up here. Spam away, because as soon as I see movement on one of their screens, we will start our timer. Okay.
All right. So the short version of the lore is you need to find a pot of gold with 100 gold coins at the end of the rainbow, because that'll cure a bunch of people that have had bad things happen to them.
Okay.
So there you go. Now, so
this is a game.
it's obviously a platformer, and there's going to be some interesting death animations in this game.
Okay.
McCall gave this an 11 out of 10. It is a special game.
11 out of 10? What are you... So, we've got this dwarf. I assume you're Dopey the dwarf. And...
You're Dopey the dwarf, and the question marks are items, and you need to throw a rock at them. And I look at Lightyear's screen.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so, you know, you get decapitated. Like I said, there's some you float up in a bubble, you get decapitated.
Time Stalker getting decapitated now. There we go. Wow.
Everybody's going to get decapitated their first time around. It's just a thing that happens. It's a rite of passage.
Oh, wow. This is certainly a game so far.
So, yeah, the first thing the players need to figure out is that you can't pick up the question marks. You need to throw a rock at them first to reveal their secret.
Okay. And then
some people have figured that out.
They give
some
you different
haven't.
items, right?
Yeah, you have 3 different items. The first one are stones. The second one are diamonds. And the third one is a throwing blade. And the rocks, I think you've all seen what that does. The diamonds make you temporarily invincible.
Okay.
And I think Lightyear used that to try and get past one of the enemies. And then the throwing blades cut things into tiny pieces and make them bleed a lot.
Oh, that's not nice.
Well, they're trying to kill you. And they're going to chop off your head. So it's, you know, really like a dwarfy wolf kind of world.
I love it. I like that the bubbles kill you in this game too, you know?
Yeah, they float you up to a better place.
Aw. Okay, Time Stalker trying to make that jump there, but unable to do so. So what do they need to do in order to get onto that platform?
So you hit up to jump, and you need to be holding right at the when you hit up in order to jump far to the right. Otherwise, you'll just do a little hop.
Okay.
And then after you land from that first puddle, you want to walk over to the edge of the second one, and you just have to be really mindful of the timing with the bubbles.
Just don't get bubbled. That's the
Don't get
biggest
bubbled.
lesson. This music is so relaxing. I love
Right?
it.
It's such a weird combination of rainbows and like bright colored shoes and this lovely forest and magic, and then like a skull and blood, decapitation.
Yeah, what's up with, like, you use blood to select the item at the bottom of the screen?
Right? It's such a cool juxtaposition.
I just don't get it. But okay, this is Polish. Maybe they get it.
Well, this is actually, you know, the most famous game to come out of Poland since The Witcher.
I have a feeling this predates The Witcher just a little bit. Tiny bit.
Oh, it's possible. I don't know. I mean, I played this much more recently.
Chat is asking if anybody has figured out to hit question marks with the stones, and some people have. Yeah.
Yes. I've seen a couple people do it, and then you just bend over to pick up the items. And you know, they give you a pretty generous supply of items throughout the game.
Yeah, that's nice.
And they give you also a pretty pretty healthy number of lives, you know. But you know when a game's like, you're going to need 20 lives. They know there's a problem with the game.
Oh yeah, they know that it's going to be pain for quite a while. Oh boy. Oh no, the wolf, it bleeds so much.
I mean, I don't want to hear any crying from you. You kill your own wolf cubs.
Look, but there's no blood. They just
Yes, you drown them.
they
You
disappear
drown
after
the
they drown.
babies in the river.
And they disappear. They don't bleed. It's fine, Jeff. Everything's fine.
And so the way the jumping mechanic works is you commit to the jump. You can't do anything once you're in the air. And there's really only one jump height and length. And you just got to pick the right location to jump from.
Oh, that's great. Like, yeah, your legs don't even do anything when you jump. They're just sort of there. I'm not sure these people.
Legs. I think he skipped legs day.
They've just never watched anybody like jump when making this game. It's pretty obvious here.
Yeah, I mean, in contrast to that Red Planet game where the guy actually watched himself in the mirror so that he could replicate that with his artwork. So, you know, some people go the extra mile. These devs don't.
I do like the fire, though. It's very colorful. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it does burn you.
Yeah, that's a great death animation. So let me tell you a little bit about some of the other things you're seeing on the screen.
Yeah.
In the bottom right, there are 3 status bars. The first is rainbow. That's how far you are in the game, how close you are to the rainbow at the end of the game. The second one, I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be, but it is your progress through the current level. There are 10 levels in the game. And the third one is the amount of magic in your shoes.
There's magic in your shoes?
Yes. Well,
Wow.
No, none of them have magic in their shoes right now. But when they do have magic in their shoes, they can walk on water.
Okay, that could be practical. Does the
Yeah,
magic
it's a useful
slowly
thing.
drain from your shoes as you walk on water?
Yes, that's right.
I mean, of course, I know how magic shoes work.
Looks like Jackazam's making some good progress here.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually all doing pretty well. This is a really tough and frustrating game. It's actually, I mean, it's one of these things where once you sort of know what to do, the execution isn't necessarily that hard. You just need to spend a lot of time figuring out what is the exact right pixel I'm supposed to be jumping from.
Yeah, I can tell that. It's because there's really no way to change what direction you're jumping. You've got a committed jump, you have to jump at the right time, and it looks like some of these jumps are possibly pixel perfect.
Yeah, I think that's right. But the move, you don't move in with precision that you can get down to an actual pixel. So whatever the increment is that you move in, some of the jumps are that unit perfect.
Oh, okay. Like a foot perfect.
Yeah.
I love it, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, like if you move in increments of one dwarf shoe, it's shoe perfect.
One magical shoe. That's the length of perfection here.
Exactly.
So here's what I'm thinking. This game obviously is not good, but at the same time, there's some level of charm. They put so much work into the backgrounds here.
Yeah, they actually did. This company's made quite a few games, so um, they and some of them are DOS and some of them are Amiga, a bunch of different types of game. So they obviously had a few people working on these things. Well, maybe that's not obvious, but um, but it's the company is called Avalon.
What was that again? You cut off right.
The company
at
is
the
called Avalon.
end. Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Avalon.
LK Avalon.
LK Avalon. Wait. Apparently, was there a swear word?
There may have been a swear word.
Wow, this dwarf just going around swearing. That's fine. Yeah, Time Stalker, by the way, still does not know about the pickups here.
Yeah, they remain large question marks.
That's a little bit worrying. Like, I feel like I would be asking myself quite a few questions about that. Why are there all these question marks? What do they mean? They can't just be mysteries.
I mean, they could be. But I would probably want to try a few things before I came to that conclusion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that...
I mean, I really wouldn't put it past a game like this to just randomly have question marks to be like, what the heck is this game? Why are you playing this?
Well, not only that, but they were given an instruction that pushing down picks up items. So the fact is, there haven't been any items other than what comes from the question mark. So I would be asking myself that question: why even tell me to pick up items if I haven't seen any items yet? Where are the items?
Yeah. And they're hidden in rotating red question marks, obviously.
Right, Jeff, I need to give you a mission. Apparently I need to go poke Justin, so I will be right back.
Sure.
Your mission is to keep talking and sharing the information about our dear Dopey here.
Our dear Dopey here. All right. So while Brosensha's gone, I would like chat to spam all your rainbows and or gold coins. And just to sort of summarize where we are right now, Jack Kazam has made it the furthest to level 4 so far, and it's currently there with only 5 lives. So we'll probably see a reset pretty soon. That is a lot of gold coins we got in chat, and rainbows. That is beautiful to see. So, how are y'all doing? How about them sports teams, huh? That's good. I'm glad to see you're all doing fine. where the existence of sports. So, just so you all know as well, there is a YouTube channel where we have selections of the greatest hits of Kuso, and Percentage has been slowly adding to that. So you can, I don't know what you do on YouTube. I guess you subscribe to things, or I don't know. You like them, or is that Facebook? I don't know. You do one of those things on YouTube, and we also have a Kuso Twitter, so you can stay up to date on all the latest happenings.
Hey, Jeff, I'm back.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
Chat did a great job with rainbows and gold coins while you were gone.
Aw.
I hope you did a good job poking Justin.
Oh my gosh, there's so many rainbows and gold coins. What?
Right?
Why? I love it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
They're all for Dopey.
Aw,
Dopey deserves
Dopey.
it.
Good job, Dopey. Okay. So, at this point, it looks like Jakazam is probably in the lead, huh?
That's what it looks like. I don't think anybody else has gotten to level 5 so far.
Oh, it does... Wait, where... Does it say where the level is, or is it just...
So, in the... just to the right of the dwarf picture in the bottom left, it shows a number, which represents the current level that the player is on.
I mean, that's practical. I'm glad that at least it makes it that easy for us to see what level they're on.
It's very practical. It's got that, it's got a bleeding skull, and it's got bloody diamonds. So,
why is
and a
there...
rainbow.
Why the skull? I don't understand why there's a skull at the bottom.
Do you understand why there is a dwarf on the screen wearing magic shoes looking for gold coins? I sure don't understand that any better.
I don't know.
The diamonds come in real useful in the later levels because they get hard. Early on, your main problem's pretty much just the platforming. And later on, the enemies really do get in the way.
Yeah, I can see that enemies are a problem here. Lightyear, by the way, using invincibility in order to get through a bunch of the swooping, decapitating birds of sorts.
Yeah, I mean, a big part of this game is the resource management, though, because you can store quite a lot of diamonds. You can get up to 99 of them.
Oh, yeah.
And the game is 10 levels long, and you can pause to pick up more from the question marks. The diamonds are not a super common pickup. I mean, they're not random, but they don't give you quite a lot of those. So, I found that there were abundant stones. The blades I didn't generally have too much problems with, but the diamonds, if there's some sections you really can't get through and need the diamonds, you just got to save up for them.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to know what's coming the first time you're playing through.
I can believe that. By the way, I'm looking at the person who did the music for this, and it's actually the same person who did the music for Bastion. That's right, 1996 Bastion for DOS. Not the other Bastion, Jeff, it's not the same guy, okay? There are multiple Bastions in this universe. Yeah, I'm taking a look, and this company, LK Avalon, they made quite a few games, actually. They have a huge list. I see one game that they made is called Mr. Tomato, and I'm very excited about that.
I thought you hate tomatoes.
Oh, well, I hate Mr. Tomatoes. Yeah. Apparently it's a game that graphically resembles Bubba and Sticks. That's not something that's very hopeful for Joy. I don't know if I recognize any of their games, though. Like, but then again, I don't think they were aimed towards us.
I don't know that they were aimed towards anybody. I mean, they came up with... Oh, they did Jazz Jackrabbit, the CD-ROM.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
But beyond that, yeah, I don't really know what most of this stuff is.
They made a game
some
called
of it is
Forest Dumb Forever.
yes,
And I don't know what that means. I just don't understand, Jeff.
Well, for essentially, it's the sequel to Forest Dumb.
Okay, so it's like Meat Boy Forever, but Forest Dumb Forever. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of falling in love with this company. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I definitely am in love with them. I had a hard time selecting which of their games I wanted to use today.
They have a lot of games, though. Like, I'm looking at Moby Games, and they have 7 pages worth of games.
Let me just take some quick questions from chat. How many stages? There are 10. Jackazam's on 8. So we may see a completion actually pretty soon, which is incredible. Have I explained the shoe magic? I did briefly. They let you walk on water.
Yes.
And Jackazam has plenty of shoe magic, in case that's an issue. I don't know if he's discovered exactly what they do, but it should become apparent. Oh, no, I guess he doesn't know what they necessarily know what they do, because he's using the invincibility to go across the water. But either way, he's in good shape.
Who made this forest? Oh my gosh. Yeah, with 16 diamonds left, I feel like Jackazam... Oh no, Jackazam dying right there. This level is rough, but it's definitely going to be doable.
I had in mind that it's possible somebody could beat the game in under an hour.
Yeah.
I sure didn't expect somebody to be getting close in less than half an hour.
Yeah, this is pretty amazing. Ooh, Time Stalker losing their head. Never like to see that happen when you're a dwarf, you know?
Yeah. I'm not a dwarf, though, so I love seeing it happen.
Oh, well, good, Jeff. You'd really enjoy the latest season of Game of Thrones, then.
I don't know if what I said about the controls. This is one of the up to jump games, which always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
And the options selections are use the function keys F1, F2, and F3, and they decided that shoot should be left shift, and spacebar is for pausing.
Okay.
Kind of an odd choice of key bindings. I guess they're not bindings, but key, whatever you call them.
It's not the worst. I'm going to say that this is fairly reasonable because shift was used for a lot of DOS games. And spacebar as well. So for the 90s, it feels about on par with the good games, is what I'd say.
I don't disagree. It's just in retrospect, it's just funny with games where you press up to jump.
Oh yeah.
I don't think people would typically expect to be using the function keys in games these days. I mean, for all I know, maybe some of them Fort Weekly players do that.
Oh no. Oh, well, sorry, Jeff. It looks like the next game has actually been decided on. I'm not going to reveal it quite yet, but yeah, I know the game very well. It's going to be fun. Why would you not use up to jump on a 2D platformer? You know what? If it's keyboard, somebody else was making a good point. If it's keyboard, it's usually sort of okay to have up to jump. If it's on a controller, it's almost never excusable. But keyboard, whatever. I'd rather have a different button, but I can deal with it. If it's
they didn't bother to put in joystick support for this game, which I thought was a little surprising. I mean, it's not that hard, and they made this in like 96 or something like that.
96. Yeah, most games, even not the best games, would have had joystick support at that time. But
yeah,
I can't tell you.
1995.
I can't tell you how many times we tried to get joystick working, and it was like an hour of labor just trying to figure out how to get it working with that specific game. I could see these devs being like, look, whatever, there are going to be 5 people playing this game. Let's just not even worry about it.
Well, they were wrong. There are 4 people playing the game.
Yeah.
Also, I believe the invincibility doesn't help you on the quicksand. But I don't know that anybody's encountered that situation. Oh, that's true. Macaw played it. That makes 5.
Yeah, there we go. 5 total players.
I think this game would be an interesting thing for a speed run because once you route it through, other than a little bit of timing issues, it could be optimized and run pretty well.
There's so many diamonds to pick up. I feel like that would be used a lot.
Yeah. There's just if you're racing at sort of a time trade-off of how long it takes to actually collect the diamonds.
Time Stalker still doesn't know about the question marks. Oh,
NPC will run it. Okay, you got it, NPC.
Wow.
And Joey says that somebody did use the invincibility to get through the quicksand, so I was mistaken about that, apparently. Yeah, but honestly, I mean, even though Time Stalker isn't using the pickups, they're also not really running super low on the resources.
I'm just taking a look. That's kind of evil that you didn't tell them what question marks do.
Well, I thought about that, and it's not in the manual. I looked at what the instructions are for the game. It doesn't say anything about that.
Oh, healthy goes in the quicksand.
Right?
Oh, I love it. Okay, Jeff, I'm in love. What a vulgar little death we had there.
I mean, dwarves are kind of known for their vulgarity.
He's just living up to the character, you know?
Yeah. Looks like Jack Zam could be finishing up this game very soon.
That's okay. We've had... Actually, just so everybody knows, Jeff did message me before. He's like, is decapitating dwarves okay? Can we decapitate dwarves? I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. What about if he swears too? I'm like, sure, that's cool. We had Redneck Rampage, Jeff. Like, if it got a little bit out of control, we would probably let people know. Jackazum is at the end.
Yeah, that's the rainbow with the gold.
Holy cow.
Wow, that was stellar. That I did not expect.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else is going to get anywhere. I don't know, they could get close. I mean, we've got
Lightyear's been up
Lightyear
to
on stage
5.
5. Lightyear's starting to figure this out. I don't think Hellthing or Time Stalker could get close unless they figured out how to get items. Oh no! Hellthing falling to their death. That's always sad.
And I love the ending. They show you all of the death animations in the game.
Oh, that's so good. I liked the being eaten one. That one's pretty good. The bubble. Aw, that was adorable. So much death.
Yeah, there was some good death.
Let's see what Jakazan is going to decide to do. Maybe do a second playthrough of the game. I wouldn't.
I was
say
really
no.
sad that the wolf doesn't eat you though. There's no cool wolf death.
Oh, that's dumb. Hey,
yeah,
Time
right?
Stalker is on to level 3, Hellthing on to level 4. Looks like Hellthing is going to grab some of these items. Good idea.
I mean, if you take the time to pick up a lot of the diamonds, being invincible through a lot of the game makes the game a lot easier.
Slightly, yeah. If you're invincible, can you fall in water?
I think invincibility protects you from water, yeah. So
So
no,
why
you
do
can't
you
fall in
even
water.
need magic shoes? Okay.
I don't know, because then you don't use up your diamonds.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, they should have just had the diamonds, that's all. Or they should have just had the shoes. Like, it's obvious in this game, though, that they put in invincibility because I think the game would be impossible without it. It's
yeah,
pretty rude.
It would be a pretty rough game without it. I mean, they figured that by giving you 20 lives, I think. They also, there's a load and save system, so, you know, they wanted people to actually finish their game. I kind of like that when people are like, hey, we made a game, there's not much to it. All the levels take place in a forest and they're basically the same, but we want you to see the whole thing. So we'll help you out here.
Yeah, exactly, Jeff. We want to... I don't know if there are any unique sprites after the first level, frankly. Maybe the first 2 levels, and they're like, well, you learned all the basic mechanics. Now just enjoy them remixed.
Pretty much.
This music kind of sounds like a music box, though. I'm kind of digging it. Okay, Time Stalker. One of these days, Time Stalker is going to accidentally hit one of the question marks with a rock and be like, oh, that was cool. Oh no! Into the quicksand for Time Stalker. You know, I feel like as kids, everybody learned how to deal with quicksand, but nobody ever had to use that in real life. Like, has anybody here ever fallen into quicksand, my dear? Have you fallen into quicksand, Jeff? Wait, Alopex
No.
has? Huh.
I don't think I've even seen quicksand. There are a lot of situations that come up in video gaming that I have not encountered in real life. But if I had, I would be really well prepared for it.
Like quicksand. Yeah, I learned you don't wiggle too much. I know that. What else? Oh, I've been in mud that went up to my knee. It's really difficult to get out of mud like that. Like,
I've been in Kuso up to my knees for a while.
I've never done that. I try to avoid that type of torment as much as possible. There we go. Lightyear is on stage 8. I think Lightyear may complete this as well. Nah, it's actually really cool to stand in, like, quicksand, quick mud, and just, like, wiggle a little bit and sink in deeper. You know, as long as there's an end to how far you sink, because if not, that's not good. Now that I think about it, maybe I probably shouldn't have done that as a child. But it felt so cool. Just mud up to my knees. I think I could have gotten mud up to my waist, actually, if I would have wiggled even more.
Well, you live and you learn.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Oh, on to level 9 for Lightyear.
Nice. And Lightyear has 17 lives. Like, yeah, he's definitely figured this out. I think Healthing has a good chance as well. Time Stalker has not figured out what to do yet. Oh, the bad thing about Healthing is that they only have 2 lives left. That's not good.
Ooh. Yeah, the thing about this game is it's a lot more about sort of figuring out how it works and what you should be doing than it is about having quick reflexes or being particularly good at platformers in general. So I like to have a little bit of variety in the kinds of skills that people need for their games in Kuso.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like just a plain old 2D platformer, but the kind of skills you need to get by in it are pretty different. You usually have to actually sort of react to things in
true.
games.
I don't know. You have to react a little bit. You have to see the fire here and be like, okay, just make sure you don't die by the fire. That's a reaction.
Well, that's true. They're timings, but you do get to sort of stop and wait and say, okay, bubble's gone. I can move now. Fire's gone. I can move now. It's not you're constantly moving this way and that. In fact, it's very hard to move at all. Very stiff controls.
Yeah.
And it's because he skips leg stay, so that's what happens.
He really could use a few more leg muscles. Oh, Lightyear immediately dies right at the beginning of the stage.
No.
I love it. They start you on a flame vent, of all things.
Yeah, right? Well, it looks like Lightyear's going to be finishing.
I think so.
Still has 13 lives. I mean, 10 is a rough level. Kind of long, but...
Yeah, but with this many
13
diamonds, it should be fairly trivial. How do you get your shoe magic, by the way?
I'm not sure what you have to do to pick up the magic. I'm also not sure why Jackazam is playing this game again. There's something wrong with them.
Giving us audio. And they're like, I just
Oh,
really
right. Okay.
love dwarves.
Fair enough. Okay, so they don't have a choice, but
They don't have a choice.
well,
Yeah,
they could just leave the game on. I
we
guess
don't,
they don't have to play it.
We don't let people have the option of quitting.
Usually, winning is sufficient to get out of it, but
Yeah, but today has been a special day where
should have made people play the dumb forest game after. Hey, if you if you're so good, you beat this. Play their next game.
You mean Forrest Dumb. Let's get the words in the right order. Hey,
Sure.
Lightyear! Finishing
You
the
did
stage
it.
right now. Okay, looks like Lightyear has finished the game, coming in a solid second. Now it's between Healthing and Time Stalker. I would say that Healthing has the best possibility of taking third here. It's not impossible for Time Stalker, but Time Stalker doesn't know about item pickups, and that's going to be a huge disadvantage.
It's actually pretty impressive how well Time Stalker's been doing without the item pickups.
Yeah.
When they start speed running this no item pickup category, they'll be all set. But honestly, I think if you were speed running this, you wouldn't want to take the time to get the item pickups.
It depends. Is picking up an item slower than waiting for cycles? And odds are, no, it's not slower. Waiting for cycles with different items, especially like these bubbles passing by, you don't want to deal with waiting forever.
But what if
Oh
you
no, last life for Healthing.
time everything just perfectly so that you never actually have to wait for the bubbles? You arrive just at the right time.
I mean, Jeff, it's possible. It's probably not going to happen, though. Like,
You have to get there on the right frame rule.
well, that means that implies that if you actually have to wait a little bit, then you're waiting. You know, yes, you have to get there at the right time, but is waiting just a little bit going to harm you? You know, I'd say diamonds are the logical choice. A no item playthrough of this, or a no collectibles, I actually would be kind of interested in playing this game that way. There are just so many invincibility items in this that I don't think that it would be too fun once you actually know how to play through it. But no pickups. I can dig that. Okay. Healthing has died. That's April, and I think she's going to go ahead and give it one more shot. Time Stalker, one more shot as well. I think both of them have enough time.
Yeah, because apparently the entire game can be completed in about 25 minutes. There should be time for people to get to level 5.
Not only that, but that was a
Healthing got to level 6.
A blind completion in 25 minutes.
Right. Yeah, I think a speed run for this wouldn't be very long.
Time Stalker put in Discord, there is something fundamental about this game I must be missing. And I'm like, yes, there is, but I can't tell you what it is. We're not allowed. But you're completely right. Oh, it kills me. I love it. Yeah, I feel bad, but every other player did figure it out on their own. Oh, Time Stalker running away from the wolf. More like casually strolling away from the wolf.
The wolf and the pterodactyl, you really need to use the blades on them. I don't know if the stones are completely ineffective or it just takes an inordinate amount of them. I never stuck around for that long. I just killed them and moved on.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, uh, one of the skills
Oh my
of
gosh, Time Stalker.
Kuso is figuring out weird mechanics of the game.
Yeah,
And some
and
people are better at it than others. And it can really, for people that are good with it, can help make up for, um, not being as fast in platforming or as good at other things. So you really need a whole skill set for this.
yeah, you never know exactly what you're going to end up with. Oftentimes, there's some puzzle solving. Figuring out some of the basic mechanics of the game is probably the most uh, helpful skill that you can have. Looks like Lightyear is just opting for a completely different game. That's fine.
Fair enough.
You already beat it once. It's fine. But yeah, some of the skills for Kuso games, especially, I'm thinking. Oh yeah, that's Forbidden Planet. Uh, I'm thinking figuring out some of the physics of the game, especially if it's a platformer. That's almost always incredibly important. Figuring out the basic mechanics of how everything works is important. And also, I think figuring out exactly how much you want to ration for yourself, whether it's better to try to rush through levels or just take it incredibly slow and make sure that. Sorry, I just saw Lightyear get eaten by a demon, and that was interesting. But, is it worth taking deaths in order to just try to rush through, or is that risky and better to conserve lives? In this one, because you have 19 lives and no continues, you sort of do want to conserve a little bit, but I don't know. Rushing a little bit also isn't a bad idea. I don't know exactly how I would proceed with this, Jeff. If I were to just jump into this race and knew that you had 19 lives, no continues.
Yeah, and then there's the whole the meta game trying to figure out, well, this is a race, so I'm competing against these other people. Um, Maybe if I'm finding the game really easy, they're finding it easy too. So maybe I better hurry up.
Yeah, I think Time Stalker, because he has seen that two players have finished, uh, he's probably got in his mind that, hey, there is. Well, he typed in Discord, saying that there must be a mechanic that he's missing, and he's completely right. 100% right about that. He doesn't have a mechanic figured out. But he still hasn't really done experimenting to figure out what that mechanic is. So yeah, if somebody else has completed the game and you feel like you've made no progress, then that's usually a hint you are missing something.
Yeah.
And it still is possible for you to come back. There could be somebody else missing something as well, but yeah, sometimes there are games that everybody runs into walls, but I think more often than not, especially if the mechanics are straightforward, people tend to be fairly in a tight group, at least within a couple levels of each other. Unless they're playing against Andy, in which case, who knows what Andy does.
Yeah. And you can also get better at these skills. I've seen people who have done mystery tournaments and previous Kuso matches really improve on their ability to do blind playthroughs of games, particularly when it comes to early on in the game, learning that you have to experiment with lots of different things. But there are all kinds of mechanics that you sort of only see in bootleg games about triangle jump. Well, maybe you don't only see them there, but things that you see commonly in certain types of games.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot. There's really a lot going on here that it's not always visible to chat in terms of how the players are thinking through how to do this game. It's not always just, here's a game, go as fast as you can. There's really a lot of strategizing that goes in.
Oh yeah, and I'd also say that it's a lot easier to miss some things than you would expect. Like, I can't remember because I've done some races in Kusogr4nde, and sometimes I've just fallen out of it and done absolutely terribly because I couldn't figure something out.
Yeah, the other thing is if you're playing one of these games and you're like, this is too hard, I must be doing something wrong. Sometimes you are, and sometimes the game is just that hard. You don't know what you're going to get here.
True. Yeah, I'm trying to think. That one beer, the anti-alcohol game that you gave me, Jeff.
Yeah,
that's one of the examples that I really didn't figure out exactly what you need to do in order to get through the level. Because it felt like it was a collectathon, but apparently it wasn't.
Yeah, it sort of was.
Okay, apparently it sort of was, but sort of wasn't. I don't know. I still am not 100% sure what you need to do to beat a stage.
Well, see, that's why you needed a PSA, so you could learn.
Ah.
Don't you feel enlightened now?
Yeah. But honestly, the more variety of games that you play, oftentimes it'll just help you start to recognize when something is off, when something is different about a game that you enter a blind race in. And sometimes, like, if you've played a lot of bootleg games, you'll probably eventually stumble across another game by the same developer that, while it looks different, a lot of the physics are the same. Playing one Wisdom Tree game is not going to help you know all of the ins and outs of Wisdom Tree, but you're going to be a lot better at controlling pretty much for any game.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like to pick really obscure games from companies that nobody's ever played any of their games, so that everybody's equally at a disadvantage with these.
I love it. Okay, Time Stalker, by the way, is on level 5. Healthing currently on level 3. Really, these two are the two to watch. I think Time Stalker might actually be passing April. Or Healthing on the bottom right.
Healthing previously made it to level 6, I think.
I'm not 100% sure. I thought...
But just the beginning, I think.
Okay, Joey is confirming that as well. Yeah. Time Stalker is making a lot of progress despite the decapitations.
Yeah, but 15 lives and level 5. 6 minutes left should be in pretty good shape.
That'll be pretty impressive that Time Stalker, without figuring out one of the mechanics, may actually end up taking third. Depending. We'll have to see. Oh, and unfortunately that's another death. Back to 14 lives left. 14 should be enough to figure this out, but I don't know. It's still too close to call. Okay, Jakazam. Time Stalker is doing pretty good here. Jakazam already beat the level. He doesn't have any stake in this, or beat the game. Lightyear came in second. Time Stalker and Healthing, these are the two that we're watching to see who comes in third and who comes in fourth. Time Stalker could definitely move into first place, or third place, sorry. If he's able to figure out this stage. he's starting to get towards the end of it, though, I think. Jeff, something that I hate about this game, by the way, is that some of these platforms just look like they're background objects.
Yes. Yeah. That is one big problem with it, particularly the tree stumps. But even like the quicksand doesn't really do much to distinguish itself. And things sort of blend together. Fortunately, they marked some of the tree stumps with blood. That's helpful.
Follow the blood.
Right?
Jeff, why is blood such an important thing in this game? Like, I'm kind of shocked.
I don't know. Blood is a thing in a lot of Western games too. Just we get our stuff censored.
A little bit more, yeah. But I don't know. Nah, I played a lot of violent games as a kid, but that's okay. We also watched like horror movies as children. I'm not exactly sure. The 80s and 90s were a little wild, you know?
Yeah,
but
I agree with that.
I feel like I got more nightmares out of Carmen Sandiego than I did any of the scary movies.
Wait, what?
Okay, so fun story. I played Carmen Sandiego back when I was a kid, but my dad was also playing Alone in the Dark, which terrified me. The stupid chicken monster, like, absolutely horrified me. So one night I had this weird nightmare that was a combination of Carmen Sandiego and Alone in the Dark. I remember sitting in some police office and someone's face melted off. It was terrifying, okay? And I think I got eaten. I'm relatively sure I got eaten in my dream. So, or at least my face got eaten. Pretty sure it was just my face. Anyways, it was pretty terrifying, okay? So, combine Alone in the Dark and Carmen Sandiego, and you get the worst memories of my childhood. Time Stalker, by the way, is on to level 6. Is Time Stalker in the lead now? Between Time Stalker and Hellthing? I think so.
I think you're right. May even get to the end of level 6.
Wow. Just so you know, talking about childhood nightmares often helps. Helps the time pass on by. Time Stalker is just chilling a little bit, trying to figure out what is the best time to move forward in this. Time Stalker is typing, that's as far as I think I can get.
Fortunately for our ref, the game has in the status bar the progress you've made in each level in a nice little blue I don't know exactly what that thing is. A little banner with some letter on it.
I think it has eyes on the banner. I don't know. Let me lean in.
I thought it was some kind of a letter, maybe?
The letter P. Could be the letter P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's letter P.
Why is there P?
It's a P meter.
The P meter. Oh, everybody needs a P meter.
Yeah. Also, there are wolves in the game, so you need your P struts.
Doctor gave me a P meter. Okay. There we go. That's time, Jeff. We're done.
Oh, time. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, this was so great.
Oh my gosh. Well, Jeff, we saw 4 players going in to this wonderful, beautiful, kind of terrible game. And I feel like they made a lot of significant progress. I really enjoyed how they did.
Yeah, I think it was a really good match. It didn't come out with one of the photo finishes that sometimes we see, but it really allowed each of the racers to show their skill with the game.
to recap, Jakazam took first, beating the game pretty early on, about half an hour into it. Lightyear also beat the game, coming in second. Time Stalker took third, and April, aka Helping, took fourth. This was absolutely a blast to watch. I had so much fun, but it was also a little bit slow. I feel like this game is probably not one that I personally would like to go play.
Well, that's why we have people who are good at making games go fast.
Oh yeah. And it's also why we have the hour limit, so that, you know, they don't have to beat the game. The main thing is just to make as much progress themselves as they can. And if they can, perfect. Cool. So, what do you think? This is a developer that I'd actually like to sort of explore a little bit more on my own. And I know that you've been exploring their library. Do you think there's a lot of goodness there?
Yeah, I do. And they're also on multiple platforms. So I'm going to be taking a look at some of their Amiga stuff as well.
Oh, baby. I love it. Okay. Oh, did you say Amiga? That's music to my ears. Okay.
Amiga, yeah. It might require, since these games are kind of obscure, a little bit of setup, figuring out setup stuff on my end. If we're gonna get it to work, but we'll see. Also, I don't want to give away anything because I like people being very surprised at my picks.
Oh yeah, we always are a little bit surprised. Well, I'm currently checking to see if anybody is wanting to join the general voice. It looks like our winner, Jakazam, does not ever use microphone, and that's completely fine. So we may not have anybody here to talk. If not, I'll live. Oh, it looks like Lightyear is probably going to join us. We're a little bit behind, though, so let me go ahead and just make sure that we get stuff revealed. Oh, hello there, Lightyear. That was a good cough.
Thank you. Hello, Brasentia. Hello,
Hey.
Jeff.
Hey,
Hey, congrats on beating the game, coming in second this match. Yeah, what do you think of it?
Oh, man. Wow, that game was pretty brutal, both in just the platforming and the animations.
they sure didn't make it look brutal. You sped right through it.
Yeah, you did surprisingly well, I'm gonna be honest. Like, you beat it pretty early. What do you think was the worst part, though? The platforming itself?
I'm gonna go with probably hitboxes.
Really?
I remember I remember just the flames. I couldn't get anywhere close to them without them getting toasted.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all the pretty much the undodgeables afterwards.
Yeah, about that. The thing is, like, you definitely had to get invincibility in order to make it through certain places. And there aren't too many games where I've seen that. I do remember it was Titus the Fox that in the manual it said, technically you can get through every area without ever taking damage or getting hit. And I feel like that's not the case with this game.
No, I don't see it. Although I've seen that the still made it to the other run made it to stage 6, and that was very impressive in my opinion.
Yeah, stage 6, both of them made it to stage 6. That is definitely really far. And Time Stalker made it there without learning how to get items.
Man. Yeah, I don't know.
It was a little bit rough, but still, absolute trooper right there. I think Time could have passed you, actually, Lightyear, if Time had figured out that the question marks have items, because that was a huge disadvantage there. I can still see, though, it's not a super obvious mechanic, and if you don't go and just try everything out, then odds are you're not going to figure something out. No.
Yeah, I agree, and I think I found the items by accident. I don't know. I knew there was something with the question marks, but it took me a long time to figure out how to get anything from it.
Yeah, you eventually did, though, so
Yeah.
it ended up working out. Well, good. So tell us a little bit. What are you playing these days? What do you want to say before you take off?
Well, actually, I'm enjoying the world of the working, so I've kind of had less time to play games. Right now, so I'm kind of going to more random games, like games from my childhood.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's good that you have a job. Glad to hear games from your childhood. Anything else before we move on?
Nope, just congratulations to Jackazam, once again.
Yeah, congrats, Jackazam, and thank you, Lightyear. Great job. Great job to all the players, honestly. This was not the easiest game in the world.